oddball group of cops, criminals, tourists, and teens converge on a Georgia forest where a huge black bear goes on a murderous rampage after unintentionally ingesting cocaine. So, what did you get from the film Cocaine Bear?
So, Cocaine Bear was everything I expected it to be, and I'm glad that was it. The whole plot was straight to the point, very forward. It was rated R, I think, or it should have been rated R.
Yeah, most definitely.
I did not realize that was the rating until watching it. I was like, what? Oh, okay, they're just doing stuff to do stuff, and I appreciate that. And that's the whole thing. It's just what happens when bears get cocaine. Bad things happen.
Yeah, really bad things, according to this film. But I didn't realize that this was based on a true story until I watched it. And the true story kind of ends right at the beginning.
Right.
If you go back and look at the history.
Cocaine once fell in a forest.
And the bear did ingest it and died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the bear ingested some of the cocaine. I think it was like maybe 3 kilos worth, and then ended up dying. But they said there was no massacring of people whenever the bear ingested the cocaine. It kind of just ended there.
A less exciting version of events, but sure.
Yeah. So the beginning of this film is the only true part of the story, like the first maybe 5 minutes. The rest is made up. But for me, this film, I thought it was pretty entertaining for the most part when it came to the bear. I mean, he was on a murderous rampage, or she was on a murderous rampage, because it's I guess a girl.
That's right.
Or a female bear. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was the most interesting part. The people, there are a lot of people, and I don't think you get to spend a lot of time with a few of them to really understand them. So it's kind of hard to.
It kind of reminded me of, if you ever seen Into the Woods.
No.
Where that one's a musical, but it's just a bunch of characters running through the woods, and their stories line up a little bit with one central theme. And I feel like this is the same thing. Everyone's lives being affected by this bear, and all wanting the common goal of getting out alive, but only a few accomplish it.
Yeah.
More than I thought got out alive.
Yeah, as we were heading towards the end, I definitely thought that pretty much everybody was going to die, maybe except the kids. I didn't think they would do that to kids.
I didn't think we'd have the kids eat cocaine.
Yeah. But I guess, the kids don't really know any better. Well, they know that they shouldn't do it, but they ingested it. And I thought that Henry was probably the best out of any of the characters for the most part.
Interesting. He had I guess he was the most convincing, yeah, and funny too.
Well, yeah, that's what I meant. Like the most entertaining. He had the best lines.
I would agree with that. Him and Ranger Liz, I found her hilarious.
Ranger Liz, I guess so. I mean, I was fine whenever she died. I mean, I was like, I just didn't care.
I didn't miss her.
Spoiler, sorry.
I thought she was pretty funny. And closing her eyes to shoot is hilarious.
I did like he's the son of Ray Liotta, Sid, Eddie. He was kind of dumb.
Yeah, he's very sad.
But yeah, but he was kind of funny. I didn't mind Ice Cube's son, O'Shea Jackson Jr. I think he's a pretty good actor.
He's good. I feel like Christian Convery Henry was probably a better actor than O'Shea, honestly. I think his lines felt very much. I don't know. He felt amateur to me compared to some of the, particularly in the beginning, not the middle of the end, but his earlier scenes. weren't really convincing to me.
I mean, you don't get to spend a lot of time with a lot of these characters. I mean, he becomes a main character towards the middle and a little bit towards the end, but I mean, we're just spinning the wheel here, going through all these characters.
Yeah, it was a lot. I thought the Officer Bob, he was a pretty fun character. Unfortunate what happened to him. Or you could say fortunate, Would there be a better way to go? Maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. But yeah, just a lot of mauling going on with this bear, and it gets pretty brutal. I mean, this bear just destroys people. And
moves quick, super bear strength.
Oh yeah, I was going to mention that. So I was looking up to see how fast bears actually run, or black bear in particular, and they said the top speed can be 30 miles per hour.
That is terrifying. Like 30 miles per hour is slow until it's a bear and you're not in a vehicle.
Yeah, that is pretty fast. Even though I thought that the bear shouldn't have been able to catch up to that car, though.
That was one of the funnier scenes. I was surprised it caught up too. But 30 miles per hour is a regular black bear, not one on cocaine.
I guess it has super strength with cocaine. I don't get that.
Crackheads can do anything, Superheroes of the streets.
Well, yeah, but they said that's the top speed. Average is somewhere around 25.
I could see this bear reaching 40.
40. Yeah. But like at the beginning of the film, it says that bears don't normally attack, but when they do, it's best to fight back and not submit. But this one was on cocaine, so I guess anything is possible.
Things are different. But I have this belief that drug dogs are really abused because they're trained to sniff out drugs. So if a dog is trained to sniff cocaine, it then sniffs the cocaine. Cocaine dogs.
Well, maybe it's something like whenever you get a shot, you receive like the dead part of it. Not the active ingredient.
No, it's cocaine. Cocaine and weed, those dogs, that's why they're so aggressive. They're looking for drugs.
I mean, I guess any dog can be aggressive when you really think about it.
When it's looking for cocaine.
I don't know. Whenever there's something unfamiliar, like a person, they might start barking or something,
But they're familiar with the cocaine and they want it.
I don't know if they want it. They're trained. Look for this, sniff for this.
Sniff for the cocaine. So they have to give these dogs cocaine. Go find it.
Well,
there's not a dormant cocaine.
I think you need to look up how they train dogs for that.
I would love to know. But I feel like it's similar to the bear.
Well, this bear they were addicted. Thanks for watching. And if you would like to be featured on our podcast, make sure to click the link in the description.